today, Kelly Kirkpatrick left a message on one of the videos saying, "When the people let authority go unchecked, a tyrannical government rises." There's so much truth in that. There's a sickness in our government, a disease, and it hides deep within the bureaucracy, checked in paperwork and polite procedure. It's advanced by a collective of public officials who smile, nod, and follow protocol while the republic quietly dies. This disease has a name, the apparatus of avoidance. The collective of public officials evade accountability. When confronted with truth, they hide behind process. When challenged with law, they recite policy. When asked for proof, they say, "You lack standing." Why? Because avoidance protects them from exposure and defeats freedom. Avoidance, like a ghost, is the machine. It's invisible and relentless. And it gets even worse. From the machine emerged a monster, what I call federal creep. The slow, suffocating expansion of government's reach into every corner of American life, be it education, health, land, faith, family, and now even thought and speech, all justified by soft words like cooperation, coordination, and compliance. But cooperating without consent is coercion, and coercion disguised as unity is tyranny. The founders knew this. They built a system of lawful conflict, checks, balances, boundaries, confrontation. They didn't fear confrontation, they trusted it, because confrontation forces proof. It keeps power honest by keeping power nervous. But today, elected officials in both parties, each complicit in the destruction of the Constitution, they stand upon the floors of Congress and refer to their political opponents as "my good friends" across the aisle. They toast betrayal in name of bipartisanship. They confuse politeness with principle, and they treat corruption as conversation. I could never and will never serve as a congressman or senator. That theater of compromise has become the graveyard of conviction of men and women of character. I have no interest in trading integrity for applause or pretending that treason is merely the other side or the opinion of another. The true strength of a free people is not in Washington, it is in the states and in the governors who have the courage to defend them. This is where sovereignty lives and where it must be guarded. If I ever hold office, it will be as governor, standing at the gate of my state saying, "You will not cross this line, not today, not ever." Virginians are a sovereign and free people, and they will be let alone. And I would never stoop to calling a man who dismantles the Constitution as, quote unquote, "my good friend," because that sentiment, that cowardly civility, invites the ruination of a nation before the merits of truth are ever tested. It flatters treason, and flattering treason is complicity. In 1992, the Supreme Court issued a decision and wrote, quote, "Cooperation, not confrontation, is the norm," end quote. That single sentence sanctified surrender. It told the states to obey, not to resist. It told the people to comply, not to question. It gave federal creep its constitutional blessing and lent the apparatus of avoidance its moral cover. From that moment on, confrontation, the lifeblood of freedom, was replaced by a handshake, a wink, and a knowing smile of sinister compromise. But the truth is this: no republic can survive on cooperation with lawlessness. You cannot compromise with a cancer. You cut it out, or it consumes the entire body. Cooperation without definition is absorption. Federal creep is its manifestation. The apparatus of avoidance is its immune system, trained to destroy truth in order to protect power. That's why every clerk says, "We don't take that kind of filing." That's why every officer says, "I'm just doing my job," and why every agency answers a lawful question with a form letter. It's not incompetence, it's by design. The design of avoidance, the art of saying nothing while doing everything that destroys a free people. And it works because that free people stopped confronting it. We became not polite, but compliant, dependent, ignorant, and ultimately afraid to ask the only question that matters. By what authority do you do what you are now doing? By what authority do you act? Mark this well. Lawful confrontation is not rebellion. It is restoration. It is the act of a free mind refusing to bow to presumption or assumption. It's the voice of the Republic reminding those in power that they serve a free people. Every time a citizen says, "Cite the law," every time a state declares, "Thus far and no further," every time truth demands jurisdiction, the apparatus should tremble, because deceit cannot survive definition, and federal creep retreats in its light. We were not born to cooperate with corruption. We were born to confront it. The Constitution was not written for comfort. It was written for conflict, because only confrontation draws the line between ruler and ruled, lawful and lawless, republic and regime. The lesson is simple. Avoidance breeds tyranny. Public officials must stop avoiding. Confrontation preserves freedom. So let the cowards cooperate. Let the timid negotiate their servitude. But as for those who still remember what freedom costs, we confront calmly, lawfully, unflinchingly, because only truth confronted is truth preserved, and only a people who dare to draw the line deserve to call themselves courageous, just, and free. Visit yestohellwith.com, and as always, may truth reign supreme.